Hi, I've got my watercolor kit, and what I did, I taped down the watercolor paper onto it's poster board, but whatever your painting surface is, just tape it down with masking tape. I just get it at the Dollar Tree, and we're going to use these paint strips. So let me show you. I've got a little piece of watercolor paper just for a palette, my brush and water. I also have a little mixing chart. Now for the lavender, I need to mix two colors to make lavender, and that would be the ocean blue and the crimson, and that will make me a purple color. Okay, so let's get started. I've got my reference photo here. I'm going to set it in front of me and look at it. And let's start with the pot. And that would be a terracotta color. So I'm going to look at my mixing chart, and I am going to see where there's a nice like orange color. And it looks like if I mix some crimson with a little bit of the yellow, that might do it. But I'm going to play around with these colors. So I'm putting my brush in water. I'm going to take a little bit of the red, and I'm going to put it on my palette. And I'm going to clean off my brush. And I'm going to take some of that orange. And let's see how that looks with the red. Oh, that's pretty. So let's put some of this in here. And right from the palette, you can keep dipping your brush in water and getting the paint off of your watercolor paper, or you can use a little saucer, whatever you want to use for the little palette. Now with watercolor, you should keep it moving because you don't want to have a lot of lines. So I keep dipping my brush in water, and one side of the pot is lighter than the other side. There's always a shadow side. So I'm keeping this side darker. So I'm going to get more of my paint off my palette, and I'm putting that in. And I want to make it a little darker, so let's get a little more of the red onto my palette. And let's add a little more of the orange. Okay, so we're going to have it a little darker on this side. And then we're going to add more water and pull it over. When you're doing something large, you need to keep adding water because it is watercolor. You'll see the difference when we do the lavender flowers. It's a little different technique than when you're doing a large area of a painting. This is great for practicing how to get the watercolor paint to move quickly. Okay, let's do a little more here. And we'll put some around the rim. And I think that looks good. Let's move on to another color. We're cleaning off our brush. I always have a Kleenex nearby. And I'm going to make some purple. So to make purple, like I said before, let's try the red with the blue, and we'll use it on our palette. And we'll see how that goes. So we're putting some red. And you don't want to put the brush right in that blue without washing it off first. And we're going to add some blue, and let's see how that looks. That looks a little too dark. It doesn't quite look like purple. So maybe we need to try the metallic pink. This pink color. And we'll put a tiny bit of blue in there. Just a speck of blue. A little bit more. Okay, now we've got a lavender color. So for the lavender flowers, we're just going to paint in the lines where the flowers are. Do you see how I played with the color to make the purple I wanted? And then we can go back later and add some darker purples. And how would you do that? You just add a little more of the blue. But I think the pink with the blue is good. I'm going to add a little more blue on my palette. Get a little darker. Okay, a little more water. Let's do a touch more blue. Now I've already used that paint strip for quite a few paintings, but I'm giving you 2 in each set. But these paints really do last quite a while, especially if you use the little paper or a plate for a palette. You will spread the paint even further, because even when it's on here, you just wet it and pick up more paint. Okay, so you would just go along and keep painting. Let's say I want to make it a little darker. I'm going to add a little more blue onto my palette that has the pink, and now I've got a darker purple. I would put that like down here where the shadow is, so you have a little variation of purples in here. Okay, this one's pretty dark, but that's okay. They don't all have to be the same color, because if you look at lavender flowers, they are all different. Now I want to clean off my brush, get a little more of the pink, and I'm going to add more pink in here. Same part of the palette. And now we've got more of a lilac color. Okay. So I'm picking up a little of the outer side from the palette. It's a little darker. So that's for the lavender. Let's work on the leaves. We've got different colors of green. Once again, let's try using the green right from the paint strip and see what color we get. And that's very pretty. Let's use some of that. So we'll just come and paint some of the green. Okay, so if you want to make the green a little darker, let's see what we can do for a little darker green. We can try adding a little of the blue. That might work. I'm just going to do a touch of blue, tiny bit. Let's see what we get. Well, I might have had to get a little bit more. Okay, so I'm going to set it here. Oh, that's even prettier. Look at that green. It's got a little blue in it. Okay, now you're thinking, let's see what happens if we add a little of that orange to the green. There, from the strip. Now what I'm doing, I'm taking it over to this side. And we'll see what, oh, there we go. We've got a light green, almost an olive green. So that's how you play around with the different colors that you've got. Those colors that you have are pretty much primary colors. And even though it's a pastel orange, it's pretty much used like a yellow for mixing colors. So you can mix all sorts of colors and use the little piece of paper or a saucer or something, so that you're not just using the paint straight from the paint strip. All right, have fun painting, and just remember